Good afternoon or morning or whatever time zone you're in. How are y'all doing today? Hey, checking everything right now to make sure everything's running. Okay. Change the stream topic. Okay, topic is updated. Anyways, today we're gonna discuss, as the topic says, what does it say again? Stress, health, and fitness. So, I was sick last week, so I didn't get a chance to do the podcast. So I'm sorry about that and everything. I had a bad migraine due to stress and work. It tends to be a massive thing, and I don't understand, a lot of things that go on. But I'm running into some little issues. Hold on 1 second. We're doing this live, so is it picking up my audio? Okay, there we go. A little bit of background music. Hope y'all like a little bit of Linkin Park. I know this might get me DMCA, but oh well. Oh, I didn't even know. My dog hit me right in the eye, so yeah, wonderful. So, anyways, yeah, no, I've been doing with a lot of work. My buddy has been also, who's supposed to be helping me with this podcast. It's really weird trying to do it solo and not being able to have somebody to bounce your thoughts off of and hear input. But I just wanted to talk to y'all about everything today. Uh, so my buddy Fear, he is currently still at work. He's been sick as well at the same time I did. He's been working 48 plus hour days nonstop, which is not healthy at all. Me, on the other hand, I've been working 50-hour weeks for a while, and that's perfectly normal for me. I don't work terribly hard, stress job, unless you consider, the fact that I do all of it. I run the phone systems, I run orders, I run customer service, I run pretty much everything that relates to e-commerce and everything that involves packing, shipping, and everything. Uh, this business of mine, I work in appliance parts. It's okay job, but we hired a new person and they are young. I mean, I can't say much. I'm 31 years old, but she's 21. She's got the mindset for this. She can do it, but you can tell things like her personality traits. She doesn't want to work, and that seems to be the biggest thing going on in this country lately. And it's ridiculous. I mean, we are in a recession. I don't care what the government wants to call it or anything. We're in a recession. I mean, when you sit there and print out so much money with nothing to back it, it's pretty much you're just saying, here, the dollar is worth nothing. You can just print it up all day long. Oh, but we will persecute anybody who fraudulently makes money. Okay, cool. Uh, all this stuff, inflation, everything going around, and then causing this big old burst in everybody's careers. and jobs being hard to keep because, oh, we want to pay you 15 bucks an hour, 20 bucks an hour to sit here and flip a switch. Well, this girl's got a nice job now. All she does is answer phones, sit in the office with me and a couple other people. And it should be a simple job. It's always been a simple job. She does answer the phones, but when she first started, I told her and I explained to her, you look at the phone call. If you see it says front counter call, let it ring 4 times. Then pick it up. Because front counter has to at least do something. Okay, cool. You get the call center calls, which that's my department, and she will not look up. She will play on her Switch. She'll be on her phone. I mean, I'll sit there. I'll be watching YouTube and stuff like that myself. I mean, when you got nothing to do, you find something to do. I as soon as I see the phone ring, I look up and I see who calls. If it's a person I don't like, I'm not gonna answer it. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna look at that phone and be like, no. But she will just sit there and be on her phone until the 4th ring, staring at her phone, and then answer it. And I'm like, I mean, I'm already in the middle of 2 calls myself. You can at least look at the phone to see who's calling, then pick it up. But it's been a wild ride. So that's just been a little bit of my stress, which isn't a lot. I always have this weird buffering issue in my videos. I don't know if it's the bitrate or what, but then I got my buddy Fear. He works on the oil fields. He works basically to correct the mistakes everybody else does. Kind of like how I do, but only in a hotter environment. Well, he's been sick throwing up because of all that. He's been doing it for years now, and no days off. And I am a guy who enjoys my days off. When Saturday comes around, I work half a day. I hate anytime somebody comes to my store and goes, "Oh, what time do you close?" I tell them 12 o'clock every time. I'm like, no. If you're not here at 12, I knew you were going to show up at 1 o'clock if I told you 1 o'clock. It's called Psychology 101. You tell somebody a incorrect time to show up and they show up early, trying to think they're being sneaky and, oh, look at me, I'm running up to your door at 12 o'clock on the dot. Are y'all still open? Yeah, because we're actually open till 1. I get a kick out of it. I want to talk a little bit more about myself right now too. Also, besides the stress, I suffer personally from manic depression. So I get these manic moments where I will get really up there, excited about something, and then all of a sudden I'll be, bam, way low, and it sucks. It really does. And I wish I can overcome it, but I mean, it's a part of life, and I just move with it. I've noticed that I will spend money randomly on stupid stuff and play a lot of video games, get angry, get upset, and I wish I could fix that also, but it's a part of the manic. You get so excited about something and then you all of a sudden get upset about it, and I personally hate that because people around me sit there and feel like I'm just complaining all the time, and it's not me complaining about something, it's just my personality, and I hate it. I hate that part about my personality. Being out of the gym, we're going to go into this now. So personally, what I find to help with the manic is actually going and working out. or going out into the yard, doing some yard work. Can't do it in this heat wave. This heat wave is insane. I live in Alabama, so we got the humidity, and it is absolutely miserable. So, I mean, if you want to come down here, we got a lot of jobs. um, and again, I'm sorry. I'm still new to this stuff, and I'm trying to get my nerves under control. The more I get involved with the community, I can probably speak a little bit more freely and openly. Let's see. Going to the gym regularly is actually a good stimulation for your mind. It keeps you active. It keeps you thinking about, you know, what next to work on yourself. I mean, even if you are doing bicep curls, you know, you're causing a blood flow in your body that's triggering, you know, endorphins and dopamine and all this stuff to help balance everything. Uh, I'm not a scientist, but I've known that, you know, the more you do something, you kind of do get burned out. So you kind of tend to rotate out stuff. But the fact that you're doing something to get your blood going, get your muscles moving, you tend to have a little bit more energy later and you feel a little bit better. I mean, I don't have to focus on, oh, what's the next spend for the day. I mean, I built a PC that cost me about $5,000 because of my manic. I love this PC. I'm a PC enthusiast. I wish I can get more into PC building. I wish my job was more PC related. I I've told my boss several dozen times, let me just build the computers for work, but he won't do it. He's cheap. He'd rather go out and buy a refurbished piece of junk with 4 cores, 4 threads, which might as well just say outdated. I mean, it'll run, it'll work, it'll do its job, but it's slow. Um, I personally want to have goals set, like even if it's a little bit at a time. Do a little bit more. I'm gonna steal a Matt Carricker quote. It's do something to be a better you for tomorrow, and every day try to be a little bit better. I might have took it out of context or whatever, but you know, when you go into what's on the thought, you get a little bit of emotional, you get a little bit of this, you want to overthink things, but the best thing to do is probably just push through, find something that'll help you out, something that you can get motivated for, do it. Don't don't let your depression control you. I've done that all throughout my middle school years, high school. I mean, I was a clown. I was a class clown. I goofed off. I didn't have good grades. I mean, I still don't have good grades, even if I went back to college. I can't focus on things. I'm more of a hands on person. But also, I'm not also good at, like, technical stuff. Like, oh, well, you go and do this at the same time doing this. No, I can't do multifunction things. I can do hardware, a little bit of software, stuff like that. And that's because that's what I trained myself, because that's what I'm enthusiastic about. And knowing a little bit more every day helped. I mean, I found out how to fix some of the issues I'm having with Destiny, the game, and it worked for a minute. but it's one of those things that you get into and you work on, get better at. I mean, if I lived in an area where there was a lot of like tech computer stuff, like California, Nevada, stuff like that, I would probably be thriving. I'd be I'd be really happy. Uh, I could not do customer service anymore, honestly, but I think everybody should do it. Like I told Shish one time, I was like, "Yo, I think everybody should do retail at least once." And I'm tired, so sorry if I'm seeming a little monotoned or anything like that. Um, let's see, what can we get a topic going on here today? I did not mean to open that. Okay, doing it live, boys. All right. Okay. So, sorry if I'm gawking or anything like that. I'm just tired. Um, I don't know a topic right this second. I would get straight off this, but I don't know. I just want people to know that even though you're stressed out, things will always get better. Personally, I'm always under stress, but sometimes it's a good thing. I mean, you have something that motivates you to get out of it. um, wow, this sounds so downer, man. Like I said, it's really awkward to talk about things when you don't have a second person to voice back to you. Again, he's working, so I'm trying to make this podcast work and give people something to know about a struggling American boy, guy, man, whatever you want to be, whatever you want to identify as. What kind of things that I deal with, and maybe somebody might have some helpful advice that would give me a little idea, inspiration, or something. I mean, the whole point of this channel is more of everybody sharing thoughts, sharing opinions, and stuff like that. So I mean, I want to be able to help somebody. That's my only purpose, is to help somebody. I mean, I can't say that I'm an absolutely amazing Christian in my life. I mean, definition of Christian has changed so many times and persecuted so many times. So I mean, I can't really say anything about it. I fail to be a good Christian, but I am a good-hearted person. I just want people to know that despite who you are, whatever, I'm always gonna listen to the problem. I can't guarantee an answer, but I can always listen. I mean, trying to keep politics out of this subject is kind of hard sometimes too, because you sit there and you go, oh well, you can sit there and spout all your nonsense and all this crap, but who's gonna listen? Well, the government doesn't care about us, so who should care about us? And that should be other fellow man. I mean, we all should care for each other. I mean, government is there to cause more problems now. I mean, it seems like that's been the thing. if we don't help each other out, the government's gonna try to stick their hand in it. You know, let's forget that. Let's go on to a deeper subject about that. I mean, the whole gun ban and everything. I'm gonna go into this subject because this is another thing that's stressing me out right now. Is Second Amendment rights. This again, this is my personal opinion on things. You can think of whatever you want, and I will sit there and nod and agree. But again, if you ban certain weapons, then the bad guy will have them. You think the bad guy is going to listen to the law? That's why they're criminals. I mean, this whole thing's stupid and stressful because it's like I own guns. I mean, I own a gun, empty, nothing in it. I own two guns. Okay? As a personal American, I feel like my rights are to own this weapon. I think everybody should have a gun. My thought. Not just to walk around and hurt somebody. I keep my stuff in my house and in my on my person. I do not look for trouble. I refuse to go looking for trouble. But a bad guy who wants to hurt somebody will look for trouble. They will go out and try to hurt somebody. And the fact that they want to ban magazines that are over 10 rounds, okay? My thing is, sure, okay, if you remove 10 round mags, then what? The guy just has to reload again. I mean, me personally, oh yeah, it's already full. I personally carry 12s and 8. I mean, if you can't hit the first few shots, then you don't need a gun. And I personally think that the government should offer a program to help people who want to help and defend themselves. I think it should be a optional thing to do, like training wise. Um, like you can go to a police station, okay? Not what I'm referring to, but police have training simulations. They go through to, to get licensed with their certain guns. So this right here is my gun. I can bring it to a actual station or whatever to get checked through a certain frame of time. This is just my thought. I mean, to help with training wise. I think everybody should be prepared for worst case scenarios. I mean, I hate to say that. I mean, again, this whole country is stressing me out with how things are turning out. Um, you can go to the station, register your gun. You can go through a private training session with several individuals. A I can't think of the word now. Arms operator, whatever, guy who's going to check your guns and provide your ammunition and vest and all that stuff. Give you your sim rounds. He's going to take your gun. He's going to disassemble it. Make sure it's functional. Okay, he's gonna take your guns apart, make sure there's no damage to your weapon, make sure you're okay. Then he's going to take that gun and he's going to hand you sim rounds. You will load your own sim rounds up personally in front of him. You're going to be pat down, checked so you don't have any live ammunition. You're going to go into the training sim with other police officers. Doesn't have to be actually, on active duty police officers. It can be volunteer or whatnot, and it'll give you an opportunity to understand a scenario where police are involved in. I mean, we give the police so much crap all the time, talking trash about them, telling them how they don't do their jobs and all stuff. And sometimes I agree. I fully agree with this. I mean, you have to be afraid of the cops at some time. I mean, I've had a cop pull a gun on me and tell me to step out of my vehicle because he told me to call somebody. Dude, I'm just doing what you told me to, and you drew a gun on me. So, okay, whatever. Um, God, this is a weird subject. But yeah, you go in, you get your ammunition, you go get checked, you get yourself pat down, for the protection of the officers, and you get put into a situation when somebody breaks down or goes to rob a place, like say a dollar store, for crying out loud. Dollar Generals have been targeted lately. I don't understand what the hell your point is when it's a dollar store, okay? So you'll sit there, you'll be sitting down in a certain position. They'll tell you the rules, regulations, and how things are going to be, so that you're not really. You know that you're going to be safe, but at the same time, you're not going to be safe. I mean, there's a chance you will get shot with sim rounds, of course, and it will hurt like hell. I've been shot before, so. But you go into it, you get put into a hostage situation or whatnot. Teach you what to do as the guy comes in and start shooting at people and stuff like that. What you should do to protect the others around you while also still being ready to protect yourself. I think that should be a thing. Um, that's just my thing. I think everybody needs to know how to do that. And these people who are sitting there saying, take away guns, take away this, take away the common guns that everybody uses, which is protected under the Second Amendment, is ridiculous. They don't even know how to use a gun. They don't even know how or what to do in those situations. You're relying on a government to protect you, which, again, there ain't gonna be a cop at every damn location in the world just sitting there waiting for some bad guy to start shooting. It's not gonna happen. I mean, these are some terrible times. I want everybody to be safe. I mean, we're all Americans. We all bleed the same blood. We all care about something. So, why should you just ignore the plea of the people and just rely on the government who are only in to line their own pocket? Anyways, I know the subjects are all over the place right now. I just really, really want people to understand that the stress of today might not get better tomorrow, but if you just do something every day to better yourself, you will eventually get rid of that stress. I mean, that's why I was mentioning the training and stuff like that, because if somebody's afraid of walking out their door, that's their stress. I'm not afraid to walk out my door. I hate leaving my house though, but you know, if somebody's afraid to walk out their house because of all the shootings in their neighborhood, why shouldn't these people feel safe? I mean, a cop's not going to sit there and hold their hand and walk them to the grocery store. No. To make yourself feel better, you have to do something yourself. And personally, just sitting there doing nothing is not going to help. And I don't care what anybody says because this is the truth. Only you can protect yourself. Situation comes down to it and you are in trouble, you have to think rationally. You can't just sit there and say, "Oh, let me just do this." Like, no, if somebody like seriously, if somebody actually does get into a situation that's really bad, you need to know when to defend yourself and when to just lay down and not. And again, weird subjects. Get stronger physically. Actually, physically get stronger. Because, one, if you don't get stronger, even if you did, quote unquote, learn how to defend yourself, you know, the fact that they can overpower you if you don't take them down fast enough or anything like that, you're they can steal your gun from you and hurt you. Again, uh, very dark subject. I'm in one of those moods where I'm just like, yo, I don't even know what what this is. I wanted to bounce things off of fear, and that's the thing. And when you don't have that person there to kind of reel you into that spot, you just kind of go on random tangents, and that's what I want. I want this to be in the mind of men and women. This is what goes through my mind. Just random, crazy talk just going through my mind. That's why I think Linkin Park's a good thing that I'm playing in the background because Chester Bennington had so much going on in his life. The man was always under fire, always under pressure, and in his lyrics of his music, it was screaming for help, and nobody understood that. I mean, the poor man, his last songs was talking to myself. And I don't know exactly 100% the situation, but it sounded like he had somebody he cared for and loved for who just completely shut down, and he or himself shut down, and somebody was telling him. It's really hard to translate, but it was a cry for help. Before he took his life, this was the things he was saying is that, you know, you seem to be changing, and now it's like I'm talking to myself. And I don't want any of y'all to feel like you're talking to yourself. Unless you are, you know, a very creative person, go ahead and talk to yourself. I mean, it's scientifically okay to talk to yourself. But I don't want you to feel like if you if you're hurting that you should just keep it bottled up. That's why I like this channel right now, and I want people to know that, you know, even though I hurt, I talk to somebody. I have somebody, and even though I don't have a woman in my life, which that's fine. You don't need one. I just want people to know that you don't need it. You don't need to let stress take over. I'm rambling on too much, but I'm just gonna let y'all know that I care about y'all, and I hope everybody feels safe and feels comfortable in their own skin because this is the only body you're gonna have. Don't poison it. Don't torture yourself. Anyways, that's it for today. I just wanted to kind of vent a little bit, let y'all kind of pick up what I'm putting down. uh, and my awkwardness as hell. I mean, I hope I'm entertaining somebody. But y'all have a great day. And if you have any other questions, feel free to go into the Discord channel. Um, it also go to my Twitter. It's linked to my Twitter as well. Just go there, send me questions. I'm always checking Discord unless I'm asleep. But have a good day and everybody stay safe. Thank you. Goodbye.